Well, here she is, our Model Y 2023 long range dual motor. And the reason why we got this here is for what you're seeing here. Beautiful Colorado, but treacherous roads and the need for four-wheel drive conditions. But the nitty-gritty of this video today is going to be about how we got this car and what we paid for it and all the incentives that go along with buying an EV in the US and in Colorado. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, we've seen this on the internet. $27,000 for a car, brand new Model Y in Colorado. Is this true? I'm here to tell you that it is. Just remember, the only thing that this doesn't include is taxes, and that can of course be different by state, but the numbers that you're seeing here, if you buy the right car with the right amount of options, can be sold at this price. Okay, so here we are on the used and new inventory for Tesla. We're choosing a Model Y, new, and in this case, since I want to show you what the cheapest, that 27 that we spoke of in Colorado, right? I'm going to show you what I did, what I have, which is this long range. But in order to get the biggest discount, the biggest savings, the cheapest car, which is still a fantastic vehicle, you're going to have to choose rear-wheel drive. And so here it is. So here it is, guys. There's the $38,260. You can search different cars across the country, but essentially the cheapest one here by low to high, $38,000. So when I give you the final numbers for my vehicle, you can use this base number to figure out what the best deal would be. And you're going to find it falls in that $27,000 range. Okay, so now let's do my car. So I'm going to switch this to long range. And the reason why we're definitely doing long range, as mentioned already, is that with snow conditions and mountains and so forth, we cannot use rear-wheel drive. We need four-wheel drive. Also likely need snow tires, but that's another story. I'm also going to choose red. This is an upgrade that isn't required. I'm also going to choose 20-inch wheels, which is an upgrade, which isn't required. So now if I go here from low to high, which we're in, you'll see here this car is showing $49,390. Now, this is slightly higher than what I'm going to show you when we start looking at our documents. And the only reason that is because we purchased a demo Model Y from Tesla, which was another, I forget exactly, the car had about 550 miles on it, but it was another 1,000 or so off the price. So that's why here, this can always change on a day-to-day basis, I'm sure, as they're getting different vehicles. But at the moment, when we went online, I saw that demo. I was going to save a little bit more money, but we did want the nicer looking paint. We did want the fancier wheels, and of course, we wanted the all-wheel drive. Okay, so let's start here. So the actual price of our vehicle was $52,000. This is if I had not gotten any rebates, no demo discount, nothing. The starting price of this vehicle is $52,990. Okay, you can see here it added up here with the $9,000 for the all-wheel drive, and then the premium $2,000 for the paint, $2,000 for the wheels. Okay. The next thing that's never included, and this is why I love car dealers, they all do it, and so why would Tesla be any different? But here is some of the after fees. So in addition to this being the price of the car, we now add a destination fee of $13.90. Now, I don't know if that's always the same price, but I know there's always a destination fee regardless of where the car is coming from. I think that's wherever they ship it from Austin, or I guess it depends if it's in California. Anyway, so the actual grand total is $54,630. This is before any incentives whatsoever. Okay, so here is my motor vehicle final purchase agreement. And so that $54,630 number you see right here, I brought it to, it's at the top of the chart here. And so now we'll start looking at the different deductions and so forth. So this $5,600, this is a culmination of Tesla price drops, including the demo discount. So this is what Tesla was taking off the price of the vehicle prior to anything else, anything that has nothing to do with federal tax or whatever else. Okay. In addition to that, if everyone knows the Cybertruck, if you have a pre-order, I think dated sometime before 2024, and you purchase another vehicle, you can get $1,000 discount. So it is shown right there. So far, the vehicle price has gone down to $48,030. Here are some of the tax calculations. Now, this is one thing everyone's going to have to pay attention to, and that will be different. I live in Colorado, but I also live in Boulder County. Counties in Boulder get different tax rates, and of course, living in Boulder has the highest tax rate. And so we're being taxed at 9.045. So here you go. That's $4,344.31. So that brings the vehicle now back to $52,374. There are going to be some registration things that I haven't paid yet when we get the car. Ultimately, when the Department of Motor Vehicles send us our documentation, and so some of the deductions are carried down. And so here you are at number 4. Subtotal is $52,408. Here, this is fantastic. The point of sale for the federal tax credit, which is $7,500, is being applied, as I just said, at the dealership, at the sales center. So $52,000 minus this is $250 I had already paid as an upfront cost or to reserve the vehicle. The $7,500, it comes to $44,658.71. Okay, so this is the actual price that we paid. The $44,000 plus the $250. Here, this is a little confusing, but they're bringing this number down here again, and then deducting what I had paid and made the determination that it was zero. It's a little confusing, but at the end of the day, what you need to be aware of is the $44,658. Okay, forgive the messy ledger, but here we go. So keep in mind too, as we finish this off, had I just purchased this vehicle without any incentives, discounts, anything, the original price would be $54,630 plus $4,916 for the tax based on this price, which comes to $59,546. So essentially, this vehicle was $60,000 if there was no discounts whatsoever. Okay, so let's go back to the number I said before, which was $44,658. I actually end up here adding the $250 because they have that for some reason listed as a discount, but it's actually the money I paid. So the actual amount of money that I paid was $44,908. Now, in the state of Colorado, they have a $5,000 tax credit, which we have to apply on our taxes, which we will do. So $44,000 minus the 5 comes to $39,908. Furthermore, Uber, I am a retired firefighter. I used to own a solar company. But now, other than building the first Cybertruck truck camper in the world, I also on occasion do some Uber driving and have done that ever since, even when I was a firefighter. Anyway, Uber gives a $1,000 rebate if you do at least 100 rides within 3 or 4 months of, I can't remember the date, but it's several months. If you purchase the vehicle, you get a $1,000 rebate. So at the end of the day, the total that we paid was $38,908 for a car that should have been basically $60,000. Not too shabby. And if you look at all the upgrades, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we're sitting at $38,000. The truth be said, that would have been if you got the rear wheel drive without the fancy wheels, without the fancy paint, you would be right on par, as I alluded to at the beginning, at the $27,000 mark. Fortunately for us, we also have a trade-in, which was an old Model S 2013. And so that brings our ultimate cost to be $29,908. But there's more. The greatest thing about this entire purchase is that we are able to transfer our Model S lifetime free charging to our Model Y. So now we have a brand new car with 4-wheel drive that we can charge anywhere for the foreseeable future for nothing. Okay, that about lays everything out. I hope you enjoyed my analysis and why you should consider buying yourself a Tesla, even whether it's a Model 3 or Y or X or whatever. The discounts and savings are massive. All right, guys, and don't forget, please follow us at Cybertruck1 as we build the first truck camper in the world on a Cybertruck.